Big ham.
Chair and the hamster say thank you very much.
My freaking I think my flasher is acting stupid, but yeah. When you just come back on there, make sure you get send out a message though for me, man.
Well, you can type something.
Type it in the chat.
He'll see it.
Yeah, type it in the chat. He'll see it.
Oh, okay.
If you want to spit that back out, that probably messes up and say something completely different, like Chinese telephone. 5 like, oh, James penis rat. What?
Actually, there's one thing I want to talk about before I go.
Go for it.
How come there is sexism in the fighting game community as far basically just period, for women? Because
hold on, is that a serious question?
Actually, I'm glad
people don't know how to talk to people, right?
I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend myself for a second. I just came into the scene literally like in 2009. I decided to play seriously around in 2010 when I got my fight stick. Or decided I'm going to play seriously. And far as information and knowledge or discovery of the scene, I don't know absolutely almost anything. I don't have any kind of money to travel anywhere outside of my own.
Can anyone hear?
I'll get to your mic.
You got really quiet.
Yeah, talking to your mic, dude.
Yeah, your mic. You're like fading away.
Your mic blows chunks.
Oh damn.
Oh, sorry.
Well, hold on, Walter. I got a question for you, and then feel free to not answer if you don't want to. But are you a virgin?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then that doesn't help. Okay. Well,
to simply answer your question, it is a man's fucking community. I hate to say it like that, but it is.
It really is, and
it is, bro. It is. Mine is the fact that there's gamers. Before someone starts.
When most of the people in this community are virgins who are thirsty, it's gonna be sexist.
Mm-hmm. It's not even
very sexist.
It's not even most of them.
Very sexist.
Hold on.
Trey, we understand what you about to say, bro. No, niggas don't know how to talk to people. We already understand that. That's just off top. That's already off top, bro.
Even then, it's like when they get first time around a female, they actually do what they like. They don't know how to react. It's like a knee-jerk reaction. Oh my god, a female. What am I going to say? They take it back to old school pre-K. Hey, you got cooties. Get the fuck away from me. So they
you know what? That's true. Trey is right. Some of them don't act right.
Yeah.
No, Trey is right.
And even the ones that do they even do it. And they even not virgins. They act the same way because they think that's how they get girls. Because they think they being a jerk works, and sometimes they do.
Well, here's I saw this thing on Facebook. This meme, woman logic. It was like this woman praying to God and saying like, please send down a guy that is nice to me, will take care of me, do all these things for me, blah blah blah, just so I can annoy the fucking shit out of him and go for his best dick friend who I actually don't like and hits me all the time. That's just woman logic. I'm not trying to put women on blast, and I'm not a woman myself, but that's just what I that's just what I see.
All right,
that's true.
Or you disagree.
Okay, I'll put it like this. From what I observe with the U.S. fighting game scene, which I see, right? As you rightly said, these are either I don't want to categorize as virgins, but a lot of these guys don't get laid often. Let's say that's a fair enough statement.
Okay, fair enough.
That's fair. That's very respectful.
Pornhub is their best friend.
They don't get laid often, and they as Trepound said, they overreact to opportunity. And they probably use popular movies as dating as
Bible Black.
As you guys were
what the fuck?
As you guys were stating.
What the fuck?
As you guys were saying, I'm gonna give me something to eat.
No, as you guys were stating before, like they generalize and they use over. Yes, women do like jerks, but the jerks have to be a little subtle with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't be outrageous. You have to be a little subtle with it. And two, let's be honest, it's a fighting game tournament. Even if it was like 50% women, I'm not looking for chicks at a fighting game tournament. I'm looking for the fighting games. I look for chicks at bars and at work.
Well, hold on. There's some venues that have bars. There's a lot of venues, East Coast majors that have bars. And I know I've spoken to a lot of women at majors before, and it's went well.
No, and I'm speaking from my perspective. You have to understand, I'm a very shallow motherfucker.
I can
get to the point.
I'm shy too, man.
Yeah. Let's roll the point here.
Get to the point.
No. I said not shy. I'm shallow.
Okay.
Most of the things at the fighting game things are not my cup of tea.
All right, we'll get to the point.
That's the point I'm getting to. I'm just saying that you're going to get these type of behaviors because people are just not used to it. There's nothing you can
be used to the opposite sex.
Right, they're just not used to it.
Yeah. And as I said before, it is a male-dominant community for the most part. So, knowing that,
the best community, they have the best girls.
Yeah.
The fuck? Let's not all mention we all got grown up to do.
I mean, that's asking a lot, though. This is FGC talking about.
I'm just pointing out.
That really ain't.
Like to Walter,
really
we got a lot of growing up to do. I said it when I first came on this show. I'm still preaching it now. We got a lot of growing up to do.
Okay, well, that does make sense. I definitely can see that now. It still basically upsets me too because at the same time wasn't the community kind of upset that there weren't as much girls in the scene. Now all of a sudden there is kind of a speckle of female players. Now they're just acting stupid towards them.
You know what though? That's the problem. Guys don't know how to act in front of girls. It's like if you're emotionally treat them like you would treat your mother. Would you tell your mother to suck your dick?
Of course not.
So then don't go telling these girls.
If they're inbred, I don't know.
But my point is, you're not gonna tell your mother or your sister to suck your dick unless you are inbred, like you're saying. But the point is, treat them. Don't treat them differently. I mean, like I said, I will break a girl's balls as much as I'll break a guy's balls if she can take it. Now, it ain't my job to make her have a harder skin. If I see I'm saying something to her that's kind of like pissing her off, maybe I should stop it. Maybe I should stop it. If she's cool with it, take each person on their own basis, not on a generalized group basis, and say, oh, you just need tougher skin. Dawn is a perfect example. She says, I got a tough skin. I'll dish it back. That's commendable. But the next girl you might see, maybe Sherry. Here, I'll use Sherry as an example. Because people love to bust Sherry's balls. Do you guys know if, and it sounds kind of emo, but do you know if she's sitting in her room crying at night because fucking every time she goes to a tournament, people got to break her balls?
I haven't set up the camera at their house yet, so I can't tell you.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've spoke with Sherry on quite a few events and other places, and she's a nice girl. But the shit that I see her get, I'm like, really, why would you break somebody's balls? If it was a dude, would you break his balls? Would you tell a dude either, hey, suck my dick, on the keyboard while, they're streaming? No. So why are you going to tell her to? Just treat them with respect.
It's a shame when you're just trying to enjoy yourself playing video games, and instead you got to deal with all this shit. It's a shame.
I do believe I'm going to say this one last thing. I'm going to head out. I think it comes out to as far as respect, and I think we come from this community and we don't deal with real life situations as much as neither. Like for instance, if you I'm gonna probably make corn for example. If they already made it clear, some people are clear as far as mentality is that if you disrespect me, that something's gonna pop off, something's gonna go down. And you know how in real life situations that if you disrespect somebody in their face, 9 times out of 10, either you're gonna get punched in the face or you get stabbed or you get shot. And that's just how it is. Or jumped. And I don't see that as far as in the community, as far as I know. So I think that's why a lot of people do it, because they feel like there's not gonna be the consequences about it. And I do believe that if there was something like that happening, people wouldn't do it personally. And I'm not putting corn on the spot or anything like that, it's just that, people with that kind of mentality. So if I believe that, if the women in the FGC or anybody in the FGC was to respond in a very violent way, I guess is one way to say it. It won't necessarily go down that much. That's all I believe, personally.
Yeah, but violence isn't the answer either.
Like, no. I never be the answer. I don't condone violence. But I'm just saying, as far as an example for making a point. A lot of people wouldn't act that way if they realize that person will react to it in a way they wouldn't expect.
It shouldn't have to get to that point.
I mean, let me ask you all this. Hold on. Let me ask you all this. All right. Now, if you know somebody that you can kick his ass, and he mouths off to you, what do you call him?
I call him a faithful person. He believes.
You call him a wise ass.
Right.
But now somebody that's stronger than you that insults you, you don't call him a wise ass.
You call him a bully.
You call him a bully. So, you guys got to figure out, and this is something that's been going on since the beginning of time. You're either a bully or a wise ass or a guy who just gets by. Now, a bully isn't right, but being a wise ass isn't either, because the wise asses are the ones that are more of a problem in our scene than the bullies, because the bullies really don't bully people around that much. I don't see people like, hey, give me your lunch money or give me your joystick, but you see the guy who on the keyboard can turn around to you and say, suck my dick, nigger, and then not have to worry about the repercussions and say, oh shit, I got 20 black guys in front of me now that want to kick my ass because I called one guy a nigger. And that's the mentality that has to stop. That mentality that because you could beat me in a video game does not mean it transmits across to real world. And that's the one thing about bullshit. And that's one of the things that I respect about Korn, because Korn says we could play games till we're blue in the face, but if you disrespect me, there's going to be a consequence. Now, I don't want to see anybody from Korn locked up for beating some fucking 18-year-old kid jerking off in his basement to fucking hentai porn, but reality is this: if you don't know that there's a line you're going to cross, that there's a repercussion for it, then you're going to continue to do it.
That is true.
And until somebody says, either through dictating, through a set of rules, that, like last week when we talked about 10 Commandments, something has to be established that this is okay behavior and this is unacceptable behavior.
And James, I would just like to add, I mostly concur with James, but in respect to what you're saying about the female question, like I was saying, it's just herd mentality. There's a acceptable realm of discourse and actions towards female players that there aren't for male players, specifically because they know they would get checked and they would get their ass beat. So that's all it is when we have more men actually standing up for women and such and so.
I think you just brought up the point right there.
Yeah.
If let's say somebody, you can't stop the online stuff. So if I was Sherry, I'd just turn off the chat whenever I'd come on stream or something like that.
Yeah.
But the offline stuff can be helped. As in, as you rightly said, somebody, if you see it happening, you say, hey, talk to the guy, whoever is the wise ass in question. You take him to the side and you say, hey man, can't do that, man. You give him a warning. You know what I mean? Just like when we said,
people should know not to do that in a tournament-based setting. They shouldn't do that. So
no. They know it, but they know that nothing's gonna happen.
It happened to them.
Behavior continues. It's just like anything.
Hold on. I'm not trying to put Sherry on blast, but what I just remembered was I was once watching her stream a long time ago, and I remember she was messing around with her stream chat, and at one point she went into like this live nude webcam site where all these people in her chat were trying to get the girl that was on the cam to say her name or like hi to her. And she had the stream up and not like while the girl was doing nude shit and whatnot, but like if a girl what?
You talking about cam models or something?
I don't know, something like that.
No, just let them finish.
And then when when I see stuff like that, I'm not justifying all the abuse that Sherry takes. I'm not, because it's fucked up. But when a person, especially when a girl does that, it's hard to not see people wanting to think that, like, okay, she goes a little far. And I'm not justifying anything, but it's hard when.
Wait. Explain this to me, because I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about with this cam model.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
There was some campsite where like a nude campsite where like live nude cam or some shit like that,
and it has a chat to it.
Yeah, and there has a chat to it, and some people from her chat were trying to get the nude cam model to say like hi Sherry.
I mean, just without.
Wait, so are you saying Sherry was on this cam model thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Long story short, going on that site enticed people to feel like Sherry was, X amount crazy, nasty, whatever. So people may take that as,
one at a time.
I can go in with Sherry because she did that. That's how some people feel.
Right, she didn't have like her own fucking like live nude cam, but she was in the chat of that girl for
during her shoot. Okay, now I understand.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just make it real simple. I mean, it doesn't matter what she did on that day. It doesn't give you the right to harass her.
Exactly.
It's just real
I'm not
simple.
justifying it.
It's real simple. You don't even have to hear the rest of the
story. Listen, let me sum it up like this, okay? Now, everybody in this community knows me. They think I'm this fucking mafia guy that's going to go kill people. Let me ask you a question. Me and my wife split up. What if I turned around and came out and be like, yo, everybody, by the way, I'm gay? Who in this community going to fuck with me? Who going to come up to me, call me a faggot? Or who going to call me fucking a homo, you should die? Nobody. Because the punk-ass bitches that talk shit over the keyboards wouldn't say it to my face.
Just like that guy calling people a faggot earlier.
Limbo, yeah, that Limbo guy.
Limbo. And that's the point. It's like.
Well, Limbo's kind of nuts anyway.
Yeah, he's a little fruity.
No, the one that actually came on. Oh, that was him, Limbo?
No, that was Disturbed.
Yeah.
Disturbed.
Oh,
Disturbed was trying to make a point, though. Disturbed was trying to make a point. I know what he was trying to make.
I understand the point, too.
He was saying, I understand the point.
The word itself doesn't mean anything. Only if you direct it.
But my point is this. My point is this. If a certain person is a certain way, basically you look at him as a predator. If you think you can get away with it, you're going to try to get away with it. That's the mentality that needs to change. Okay? You got to look at a person for who they are. Rather than what they do in their own private. If a girl wants to go out and suck 900 dicks a night, it ain't my fucking problem. But I'm not going to talk to her like shit if she deals with me on a civil human level.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if she comes up to me, if she comes up to me and has the mentality that, well, I'm out sucking dicks, and she wants to demean herself, I'm not even going to fuck with it then. I'm going to separate myself from her and say, I don't want to be around somebody that want to act like a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But that don't mean I'm going to go start a new show, embarrass the 900 dick sucking hoe, and...
Hey, they have jobs too.
Because it's none of my business.
I know, but when you put your business out like that, it's kind of hard not for certain people to not say something about it.
No, you're wrong. Listen, wait, hold on, Jonathan. I've aired out a lot of shit on this show. A lot of personal shit on this show, which, by the way, rest in peace to Wario. I forgot about that. That apparently was a suicide.
Saying something, James.
I totally forgot about it. But, he's another one who's put a lot of stuff out there, a lot of personal stuff about his life out there. I put a lot of personal stuff out there. Now, it's up to people to react how they want to react. But if you want to treat me like shit because of shit that I've done in the past, I mean, there's people out there saying I've been in jail for fucking 10 years. I'm like, wow, really? It's just blatantly not true. But people take what they want and they make up what they want because they're the wise asses of our scene. If you want to cater to them, then by all means cater to them. But then don't cry when this scene don't go nowhere, because people look at our scene as a bunch of fucking National Enquiring fucking trivial high school shit, and then you go, well, where's all the money? I don't want to give you a fucking goddamn dollar.
Well, James, I'm going to ask you a question though. Out of the recent 5 tournaments you have been to, have you seen this wise ass behavior going on?
Yes.
I've seen it too.
Yes, I'll tell you right now where I saw it. Defend the North. With the CJ Showstopper and Flux match, you know, everybody had to get up there yelling World Star, World Star. But this was a serious thing that had happened. And the antagonistic ways, it was gladiator moment. They wanted to see a fight.
We're not talking a money match, an actual fist.
No, we're talking
actual fight.
The people wanted to turn it into a fight. I'm glad CJ Curtis took the high road, because I felt his temperature going up, you know, and the situation diffused on its own when other people in the crowd were shouting down the World Star Yellers to shut the fuck up about it. Because that's the difference between what Korn does for hype, or Yipes or CD Jr. does for hype, and what these guys were doing. They were trying to antagonize.
You got to give it up to Flux for walking away from that too, instead of keep it going.
Exactly.
I don't mean to interrupt anybody, but I think CJ just overreacted.
No, it was a combination. It was a combination of things that, I don't say, both parties, misconstrued the situation. Things were thought that happened that didn't happen, and it was a complete misunderstanding. I don't think they're bestest buddies, but I think they've talked now and talked about it. But
somebody recorded on YouTube to talk over.
Yeah, well, I saw it legit, live happening, and I understand where CJ was coming from 100%, and I also understand where Flux is coming from. It was just a misunderstanding of communications between them, and shit happens. Again, it shouldn't have escalated the way it did, but the crowd did not help it.
Yeah, because you got instigators, that's why.
And they just want to see fights. Those are the kids. When I was growing up, I had a fight almost every day of my fucking life, from 3rd grade up until fucking senior year. And it was always, whenever I would fight a motherfucker, it was always that one guy that was like, yo, Jimmy, man, this motherfucker talking shit about you. And then when the fight started, I listened to the crowd, and I hear that cocksucker telling the other guy to kick my ass. And and that was, that's the guy that I can't stomach. That's the instigator.
That's what you're talking about.
Just for the simple fact of getting people to fight for their own amusement. It's entertaining for them. And if we don't curb that and control that mentality, hype means nothing. Hype means nothing when it's getting washed out with shit that's getting on the level of real. That's why when you see people like Korn and they say, you could talk shit to Korn, but don't take it on a level of stupidity and not expect it to come back stupider. And I don't condone violence, but, if my way of dealing with somebody being a wise ass is to punch him in the fucking mouth, don't be mad when you call me a cocksucker and I punch you in the mouth.
So, James, I think the question now lies, where's that line? Because we all like hype, we like shit talk, but where's that line? Is it purely subjective from person to person, or is there an actual line that's like, okay, I shouldn't go there, I'm about to get fucked up?
Well, there are personalities. Hold on. There are personalities in this scene. There's certain personalities that can handle it. We know who those people are. Those are the Stone Cold Steve Austins and the John Cena mentality type players here that, they can diss it, and they can. Me and CD Jr., we got a fucking father-son relationship. I keep telling everybody how he's thinking about dicks all day, and he's fucking, and he tells me how I'm an old fuck. We don't get mad at each other. You know,
because that was established through friendship
before. And that's something that even if you look at, like, quote unquote, the WWE as a business, they have working relationships. You notice, you know, Brutus the Barber Beefcake was cousins with Hulk Hogan, who was also cousins with Macho Man. You know, this established relationship so that hype can actually get bred. You know, and that hype has to be bred. But you can't take some kid that father has raised him in the clan for his whole fucking life, throw him into the FGC and say, go talk shit to Korn, and not expect Korn to be like, who the fuck is this little white honky motherfucker, and not want to legitimately kill him because they don't know who he is.
Let's hope that never happens.
Jason, let me tell you something from my perspective. All right, when I'm with my group of friends, I love to be the funny guy. I love to be the guy that makes everybody laugh. Now, I have like one black friend, literally one black friend who acts whiter than hell. So I take it upon myself to make every single black joke I can think of. But like now, I don't know Russ all that well. Maybe, you know, in like 7 or 8 months, if Russ and I become tight, you know, maybe I'll start joking about him and shit. But I don't know Russell well enough to fucking, you know, make black or Jamaican jokes about him. I know that line. The problem is, people in the FGC, they want to make themselves laugh. They don't care about the line. It's not that they don't know; they don't care.
No,
because everybody thinks everybody has balls.
No. It definitely happens in some arenas more than others, you know, particularly with the female thing, you know.
Well, the female thing's a different story entirely.
The problem with and here's where the problem is with the female thing. Male-to-male relationships, as far as competing in gaming, is different. I mean, I sat with PR Rog at Apex. I don't know how I managed to do it, but I just made him a bet for $100 that I'll make top 16 in Marvel at Evo. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that, but the point is, he's calling me a bitch. I'm calling him a cocksucker. We're drinking a bottle of fucking Bacardi while we're doing this. We're shit talking. I mean, he's a great fucking guy. He's a great player. We've established that kind of relationship. But when you bring a female into the equation, it, regardless to whether they want to be competitors or not, the rules change. Me and PR can get fucked up and go out in the parking lot and get into a fight and start swinging at each other. I can't do that with a girl. There's a different relationship that's built with guys versus girls in a competitive scene. For the women in order to quote unquote get the tougher skin, they still shouldn't have to endure that, because as men, we're supposed to kind of live with that attitude of women never get hit. You know, you always treat a woman with respect. Now, she might shit talk you. You can shit talk her too,
right?
As long as that's established. You know, women have to. You know, women kind of, whether they want to or not, have to put up a line that you can't cross. You know, I'd love to be able to, and I'll be brutally raw, I would love to be lined up against some girl in Evo, top 16 of Marvel, telling her I'm going to eat that box lunch right now, just to get her out of her game. Just to get her out of her game.
I would
James, I'm pretty sure, James,
I would pay to see that too.
James, I'm pretty sure that's your number one tactic. You're going to go to top 16 by
honestly, I'd be the first person up there with my fucking cell phone.
But then to have that girl turn around to me and say something like, "Shut up, you little dick, old motherfucking leather-faced bastard," I would love that. I would love to see a woman go back at me. But now at the same time, again, that has to be established from the women in the community, not the guys. And it's going to be on an individual basis. I grew up with a girl that could probably kick half your asses. Okay? And you could punch her, and she'll give you one of those fucking Rocky movies. That all you got, bitch? I mean, that's how tough of a girl she is. But that's also because she was raised with 9 brothers. You know, other girls might not be raised that way. You know, but you have to establish your relationship with women in this community on an individual basis. But there still has to be a blanket policy of you still treat them all with respect.
Well, that's why, James, that's why I love the UFC. Because since I can't punch them, I can choke them out. Choke out. Choke the bitch out.
Wait. Which way do you mean? Like with your hands or gack, gack, gack?
No.
No gag reflex. What do you mean?
Those.
That is
by the way, I don't mean to cut you guys off again, but I probably have to head out right now. Before I go, I want to say something to James. I want to appreciate you, man, for actually creating the show, to bring for real content and real life situations, and to address things that need to be addressed to the community, despite how many people actually watch and pay attention. I've been looking for that for a while, and I really appreciate that you made it, because now I'm able to see as far as how the MCG is, as far as being as deeper as I thought it was going to be. Well, as far as deep as I can, or deep as or such as okay, let me start over. With this show, I'm able to see the FGC in a different light, as far as being a lot more exposed, as far as being like a robotic kind of mainstream kind of thing. So I really want to say thank you for that.
Like I said, man, it's not me as much as it is all you guys. You know, I mean, you guys coming on to the show, it makes, I mean, you know, people have asked me in private, like, you know, what is it about your show? I say, my show was intended to be IRC back in the day with voice. A place where people would just come and bullshit with what's on their mind about the scene. Not just a place for, you know, the top guys or just the bottom guys. Everybody can meet. I don't give a shit if we talk about wrestling, if we talk about, you know, we could talk about politics, but that's boring as fuck. Who wants to talk about that crap anyway? But, you know, the point is the show is good because of you guys making it good. You know, and the more that people, you know, start to see the show for what it is, rather than sometimes the content might get a little racy. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, you know, there ain't no girl sucking my dick live on my PlayStation 4. I forgot, I think Cody sent me that one, right? You know, apparently that's valid on Twitch now, that you can actually get a blowjob and bang a girl at the same time live, and that doesn't get banned. But, you know, one video and a couple of oopses of curses and whatnot with a disclaimer at the beginning, and you're banned into the land of nothingness. But it's, you know, that's really...
Did that actually happen?
Oh yeah, I got a video sent to me today.
Was at least tell me the BJ was silhouetted. It wasn't silhouetted or something.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
I was like,
it's on you. It happened on Ustream. It wasn't on Twitch.
Oh, it was on Twitch, on Ustream.
Yeah,
either way.
Ustream, man.
All right. Well, hey, Ustream, you know, kind of got to curb your thing a little bit there. Not for nothing. You know, but I mean, it's like, you know, the show's basically to hopefully open doors. I may be an OG guy or a DOG now, because I'm like twice as old as the oldest OG. But, you know, the whole point of it is, it's your community. You're going to direct it where it goes. Not me, not the game companies, not even the sponsors. You know, you guys are going to be the final say at the end of the day, because you are going to either be the guys that watch these streams, or you're going to be the guys that are on these streams. And if it's, you know, if it's about you making $1 million, quit now. Quit now, because there is no $1 million. There is no money at the end of the rainbow. If you're lucky, maybe one day, you know, you could do good at a game, get known, get on Ustream, get a blowjob live on cam, and act like a king.
Wow. Hey, you have to start small dreams, man. Small dreams.
That's the American dream, man.
You know, but
hey, Walter, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make fun of you with the virgin question.
I mean, no problem. I mean, you said before, you know, feel free to answer this question. I told the truth. Yeah. No.
No, I didn't even get the feeling that anybody was making fun of you. I think he was laughing at something completely different, from what I remember the question being.
I was laughing at the whole virgin thing and the whole.
Hey, let me tell you something. To be honest, I wish I was still a virgin.
No, it's the radical thing to do. It's very punk rock. So good for you.
Appreciate that, dude.
Me? I don't know. Me, I like pussy. So. That's
yeah, well, liking it and getting it are two different things for you, huh?
Oh.
Oh shit.
Twice a week ain't too bad.
Are those the 2 days you wipe your ass? Because you are FGC.
Oh, damn.
Oh wow.
Are those the 2
Your
days
left and your right don't count.
Oh God, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not breaking his balls. Anyway, Walter, you know what? You're always welcome to come on, man. Just hit me up. You know, I mean, you know, you seem like a dude that's kind of in a shell a little bit. You can come out of your shell here. That's the whole point. This is somewhere where you don't have to feel like, you know, oh my God, there's Justin Wong on this chat. I don't want to talk too loud. I don't want to say nothing. Everybody has an opinion. Share your opinions. You're more than welcome to come anytime, man.
Yeah, it's why I
appreciate it.
Show.
Thanks, guys. Actually, man, I think I might just show up next time anyway. You know, as long as I have my equipment or my brother's equipment anyway, that I'll pop in and say a few things. But I do apologize for stepping in without letting you know first, because I looked like an idiot back then. I seen that now, so.
Nah, it's fine. We were just like, I'm like, who the fuck is Walter Worth? I just see the call, because you know what? Sometimes I get people that'll call in, you know, that'll have totally different names, and I'm going, you know, who the fuck is this? You know, like the Truth podcast, as a matter of fact. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. Is he even here?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. He's just some Kansas City dude looking like Prince on a fucking scooter.
I think that is Prince on.
I just saw this nigga get coffee for fucking Justin Wong and them on the fucking tournament joint. I figured I'd go on the show.
Walter, let me tell you something. You know how I got on the show? I asked James if I could come on. For some fucking reason, he let me on. Here I am, 2 months later.
Me too.
For some fucking reason, James said, "Okay, you can come on."
But I gotta say, Jason has been the best, because Jason and Crying Brian, between the Crying Brian and the dichotomy.
Crying Brian wins all day long.
And the dichotomy.
Crying Brian.
And
that's nothing against you, Jason.
Wait. No, Jason's up there. Jason's up there because, you know, from his first intro with the dichotomies, the schisms, and apparatuses.
I know, but nothing beats I'm Not a Real Nigga and I Want a Money Match Noel Brown. That shit was godlike. That was godlike.
But, you know, one of the things, and Crying Brian is the perfect example. You know, like, I seen, like, Reddit post about Korn. Korn should be banned from tournaments. Shut the fuck up. You know, Brian actually got some notoriety. Brian got notoriety from that. And now people actually know who Brian is. And Korn is chill with him. He's chill with Korn. There's no, you know.
He is, actually.
You know, and that's the thing that makes this community really cool, is that somebody can step up. It's almost like, you know, the Brooklyn Brawler in wrestling all of a sudden gets his shot at the belt.
Well, you know, you gotta understand. Well, I mean, it wasn't like he got some shit too. They both got shit, because after they gave him some shit, they gave Noel Brown a bunch of shit like soon afterwards. So they didn't exactly leave him alone either.
No,
like,
they kept fucking with him. They share. Let me tell you, they share the ball breaking around the fucking everybody. They don't single out nobody. You know, if you're basically, what I respect about Korn is Korn kind of tries to tell you, man the fuck up. I'm going to get in your face and I'm going to use intimidation tactics on you. If you cave in for it, then basically you look weak.
And they're friendly.
But they're exactly.
They chill, man. I don't know why they tripping, man.
They're chill.
I don't know why people trip on them and say, like, you know, they need to do this, that, and the other, because you know they don't really do much. They don't do that.
It's kind of hard to say somebody or look at somebody they're kind of cool, but when they see you, they say, "Stop crying, nigga. That's not real nigga shit."
Well, I mean, like here's Korn in a nutshell, right? Korn, this is basically Korn when they're playing you. Yo, motherfucker, you suck. You're a piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking body you.
I'm a Korn member, so I don't care.
And then at the end of the match, whether you lost or won, you'll look over and they'll be like to you, "Oh, I'm sorry. You mistaken me for someone who doesn't like you. I'm sorry."
Exactly. You know, the fact that they would break your balls means they like you enough to basically say you're one of us.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Go ahead.
If another person tells them to get fucked after they beat them in the game, does something goes down?
No. No, they got fucked. They got fucked.
They got fucked.
They hold. See, that's the difference. From Adonis and me. One of the things that we've talked about a lot. If we lose, we lose. We don't say, well, the monitor was laggy, or the controller was broken, or this was that. And if you beat us,
or the PS3 is laggy, Chris G.
If it happens, it happens. We hold our L's, but we boast our W's. That's basically the mentality. I'm a sore loser, but I'm not going to take it to the point of going, oh, Walter, you beat me, I'm going to fucking knock you out in the parking lot. I'm going to go, fuck, that sucks. And you now have the right to basically tell me to fucking get fucked, because no matter what, at the end of the day, you beat me. And they're the same way. They're not, and it's kind of... It's a catch-22, because I don't want to say they're nice guys, because
that would be inaccurate.
No,
very inaccurate.
I don't want to say they're nice guys, because I don't want to steal away from that.
You don't want to ruin the street cred.
Yeah,
you don't want to take away from their character, James.
Because next time they tell you to get fucked, you're gonna be like, you're gonna just laugh in their face.
That won't happen.
Even at NEC this year, all caps, these guys were having a stare down contest, and all caps, Big E stared each other down, and it had some intense African American stare down. I mean, it was like some serious serious stare down shit, and I was just like,
wait, Flo is African American?
No, man.
Flo was no, but that's why Flo won.
Well,
no, I don't know if Flo won. Didn't Big E come into it?
Big E came into it too.
Big E came in.
But actually, I saw the video.
All caps beat Flo. Big E beat all caps.
But that right there. But the whole point is this: that in itself, that portion of the FGC, shit like that, got to be showcased. Because that's saying we're not just pushing buttons. We're making friendships in this community that are going beyond just the game. We got a camaraderie that's growing in this scene. That the average guy, the known guy, the unknown guy, everybody's kind of getting thrown into this mix, and it can only get better. But it's only going to get better if we actually consciously do it. We can't just assume that if we just throw a bunch of people in a room, everybody's going to get along. You're always going to have people that don't like each other, and I find it funny because some of the people that are the biggest assholes are the ones that come off as the nicest people. And the people that come off that are very and the people that are more standoffish, when you bust through their fucking shell of fucking being an asshole, you find out, wow, he's actually a really cool person, or she's a nice girl. And that's something that, really has to get, exposed more, is that camaraderie. I think, in my personal opinion, and this is my personal opinion, everybody likes to call me the Godfather. Well, Big E is the Godfather of all the TOs in my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
The way he
basically is.
I mean, I know Evo is the biggest event, but Big E is the most engaged as far as talking to people. Now, you might not hear what he said, you might not like what you hear him say sometimes, but he'll take the time, he'll come up to Mikey K, or he'll come up to Jonathan, or he'll come up to Cody or Trey and talk to you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be in a thread where, go to SRK or go to Test Your Might and you can read about what I said over here. He's going to tell you to your face.
I respect that.
And that's
he's a real person. He's
a one-on-one type of guy.
Yeah.
There ain't a single more of that too. That Big E has not come up to me and said, "Hey."
So I mean, like I said, as far as this scene goes, growth is happening. It's not based on who shows up to a fucking event. I don't give a shit. Listen, there could be 20 events in a year and 19 of them have nobody show up, but one event they do when everybody gets together and has a good time. I'm cool with that. It's not about who shows up to what event, or if you're on the East Coast, you got to support the West Coast. If you're on the West Coast, you got to support the East Coast. Go to what you can. Go to what you want to. Make friends, have fun. Boom, that's it. Drink, get fucked up, have a good time. Have some stories.
The events are the best events.
Yeah, have some stories to tell to your grandkids.
Wow, that thing in the chat, man.
What thing?
That thing about Red Soul, I mean...
Yeah,
oh,
what
man.
was that all about?
They call her slipping for the 50,000th time, if you read it.
Wait.
That's gotta be edited, man. That's gotta be edited, because that shit looks too dark. Like, the text is... Don't get me wrong. I mean, I know the gentleman very well. I'll just ask that nigga straight up. I can give a shit. There's no shame in my game.
Alright, what am I looking at here?
That shit was so jacked up. Someone almost died watching it. Look at that. Choking and shit. That's foolish.
What am I looking at here?
Foolishness.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Just look at the top post. It's bullshit.
Look foolishness, at the Dante. Foolishness.
Yes, it is foolishness, my friend. Foolishness indeed.
Now, why are people putting
they stupid,
women on blast? It's like
because it's stupid. It's nonsense. That's all it
is. Just do what you do, and
people love drama.
You can tell it's edited too.
People will hear it.
Actually, you can tell it's edited because it's like it's specifically like print screen where some of it's cut off.
Listen, I'm gonna put this out there right now.
Might as well.
I'm gonna put this out there right now. Whatever any motherfucker thinks about Red Soul, you're wrong. I was there. I'm not gonna fucking put it all out there. I'm just gonna. I was there the day shit got ugly. Alright, and this needs to stop, and this needs to stop from D-Nice.
I don't even know who she is.
You know, this needs to stop from D-Nice. The game needs to stop. Because the repercussions get real.
What?
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm gonna say. You know, it's they've been broken up for 7 months. That's it. Stop talking. Stop talking to each other.
And if they broken up for 7 months, sometimes, nigga, if you quit a job, do you come back there wanting to talk to people? No, you
move on.
You move on. You treat that shit like a job.
You know, I like Dwayne. I like Angela. They're both great people.
They're cool people.
But both of them, you know, just stay opposite ways. One go to the North Pole, one go to the South Pole. Stay the fuck away from each other. Don't let it get stupid.
Too late.
No, it's not too late. It's never too late.
What happened?
You know,
they call them cops.
Well, once the cops are involved, it's
What's the best way to stop a nigga moment?
Yeah,
police.
The cops were involved in that. Moving on to the next subject.
The anti-nigga moment.
Did somebody get in a fight?
I don't listen. I don't want to make this a OBS moment. You know, contrary to belief, I forgot who the gentleman was. Somebody hit me up on Reddit. Apparently, OBS JamessMK is the guy who sold him the pills. Go figure. You know, I mean, I was like, okay, I guess I didn't know, but first of all, let me tell motherfuckers something. Let me tell you motherfuckers about something. About a little bit about me. If I have motherfucking pills, I ain't selling shit, bitches. They're my pills.
They're his pills.
They're my pills for a reason. I'm not giving nobody pills. I'm not fucking with nobody.
That's right.
I don't. If you got you got pain in your back, go to the same motherfucking doctor. I'll give you the name and his phone number, but I ain't giving you my pills.
Like I said, JamessMK self-motivates and medicates, my friend. He self-motivates and medicates. He takes it all for himself.
You know, but it's sad because, you know, like I said, being that I know both of them, that, you know, this is stuff that's getting aired out.
Yeah.
In the social media.
Yeah.
But overall, man, y'all cats need to really calm that shit down before y'all fuck around. Like, it's too many of these cats in this genre of fandom, because it's not a fucking community. Genre of fandom that feels they can just do some shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like this year starting and last year, a lot of dickhead kids, and I call them dickhead kids because they do stupid shit that they know they shouldn't be doing. Dodge the bullet in a big motherfucking way. I got 3 off the top of my head that fucking dodged the bullet, dog. 3. No, serious fucking jail time dodged the bullet. And they don't learn shit. They don't learn shit, yo. I think that this year, just like I said last time, and just like Arturo Sanchez said right after me, and all of a sudden you're a fucking visionary, we need to get educated, man. We need to get educated. Like,
I've been saying that from day one. We need to
for real. Business education, life education. Once again, we all play video games, just like James said. We all play video games. I press buttons. In my day-to-day life, I've probably killed more motherfuckers than y'all honestly shook hands with.
Yep.
As a police officer, as a DA officer, I probably killed more motherfuckers than y'all met. Officially. But when I turn on a fucking game system, I'm playing games and I'm just chilling and minding my business and I'm having fun. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, if I lose, I'm going to arrest you." Nigga, I'm not thrusting my life. You know, exactly. I'm not thrusting my life.
Oh, you fucked up option select. Damn, nigga. Like, ain't that serious? Fuck.
I mean, we come from, just like you said, yo. But yo, just like you said, yo, we come from all over the motherfucking world, man. And we need to respect the people and their mannerisms and all that shit. If we play video games, honest to God, shut the fuck up and play video games. If you go to a tournament, just play your tournament and go the fuck home. Now, nobody ain't saying that you gotta be bored or it has to be boring. Just, yo, if you're going to a fucking tournament, just play your game, shut the fuck up, and go home when you're done. Like, that's all you need to make.
But it ain't gonna happen that way. Niggas gonna act out.
You know what?
Gonna be nigga moments.
No. Alright, then look. How about this then? Because at Defender North, we saved another life. That was of your boy Unknown. Because my homeboy was talking to somebody. They was doing their own thing. They was like handling their own shit. My boy Kenny was handling his shit, and then Unknown was just was like listening in. And he said something about money match that the guy shouldn't bet, right? You know, because he felt that the match wasn't going to happen. He was like, "Yo, this match might not, this match might go bad. I don't want you to bet. It ain't worth it." So your boy Unknown wanted to chime in and say to his face, "Hey, actually no, it wasn't even to his face. The bitch ass nigga did it from like a foot or two away. He was like, 'Yo, you a fucking idiot.' And then my boy Kenny walked, he fucking turned around like, 'Yo, what?' Because at first, he thought he was just bullshitting around. Where he's like, 'Yeah, man, you a fucking idiot.' Then he started to walk off. And it took everything in my boy Ken's power not to pick up a chair and flatten his fat ass. That is an example of taking that shit to a level immediately and thinking that no one's gonna break your fucking head.
That's nigga writing checks with their mouth that they can't cash.
No. That's niggas writing checks thinking they gonna cash. There's a difference.
That's why I think when he talks, like when he always saying club and all that dumb shit, he an ignorant motherfucker. He know Unknown stupid.
No. I don't give a fuck what I know about him. The fact of the matter is, he came at my homeboy with some shit and then walked off. So that wasn't no fighting game talk. That was just him being insulting and thinking that Kenny wasn't gonna beat his ass. And that could have went down. But you know what? That could have went down.
It's true.
That could have went down. All it would have took was someone saying, "Yo, nigga, where you going?" At that point, it's over with. Like, there is no, this ain't like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga. We're not gonna pull out controllers and start playing. This ain't Yu-Gi-Oh, nigga. Like, oh shit, yo, now you said the wrong thing.
That PS3, or nigga, smash. Yo, my Peach gonna knock your Jigglypuff out, nigga. Hold up.
You about to get your ass whooped. Nah, I mean, you serious about the yo?
Nah, I feel that though. I feel that. That's what I'm saying. Niggas writing checks their ass.
They know each other.
But no, and that was the thing.
See, that's even worse. That's even worse.
So he sold his mouth to someone that he didn't even know.
Like, damn. But like I say, we know Unknown for the most part. That nigga always talking shit, always on some.
Guys, what he always talking.
But the point is this, guys, and this is where I separate again.
It went down in his life.
But this is where wise ass from bully gets separated.
Right.
And it's like when it gets real, then the community's up in arms going, "Oh, well, why'd that guy have to pummel the shit out of him?" Because he's a wise ass.
Because the way he came off, What? Because the way he came off, just like that, just like hell. I'll tell you right now, shit. That whole Kanye West incident, the chick was in the wrong. Kanye fucked her up, and now she getting paid. But she started that shit off.
There's a difference.
She talked shit, and then she got her ass whooped.
Then
she was like, I don't know why he did it.
There's a reason why the mob were called wise guys, because when they fucked with you, you said anything back to them, they pulled their fucking gun out, and you were dead.
Man, look, this is what it is with this community, and I'm going to say it one more time. If you like video games, that's cool. I like video games too.
Everybody.
Let's play video games. That's it. Video games. Yeah, you like video games. You obviously here. I like video games. I'm here. Let's play video games. Past that, I don't want to hear shit else from your mouth. Play games, shake hands. Cool, that was fun. And now it's on to the next. Some motherfuckers act like this shit. Like I said, 2014 reminds me of the 90s with fucking independent rappers. Every nigga got a fucking demo tape. Everybody trying to get it.
Listen. I don't want to totally. I don't want to ditch the subject totally. We're gonna come back to it in a second. But Josh, do me a favor. Talk a little bit about Wario so people don't know, and if you got links and stuff. Well, he committed suicide.
Oh no!
Is that how he died?
That's what I was hearing. So I'll let Josh hit. Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Josh. Shut up!
You calm down. I said so. I'm sorry.
Josh, go ahead.
His actual name was Justin Carmichael. He was a producer on ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com, and he also helped run RetroWare TV. He did a show called You Can Play This, where he would talk about imported games that you could easily pick up and play without having to know the Japanese language and all this stuff. He was a very big internet personality. I became friends with him about 2 years ago, like a regular talking type of thing, because I used to do shitty little YouTube videos myself. And we actually met at MagFest. And it was actually really, really difficult for me to handle because, like, we had started getting very, very close. With all the different meetings that we had, and like we only got to see each other maybe like once a year when we would attend MagFest, and then the rest of the time it was just talking online. And I actually found out while I was at work on my lunch break, a friend of mine by the name of Sean Faust, he did a show called Epic Fail, and he told me what had happened, and I had confirmed it, and it was a hard pill to swallow. So I just wanted to thank you for mentioning something about him, because hands down he was the kindest and nicest person you could ever possibly meet. Take the nicest person you've ever met in your life and multiply it times 1,000,000, and that was Justin. So I don't necessarily agree with how he decided to handle his final moments, but I hope that he found some peace in doing so.
Now, I mean, I don't know if you want to touch on it. What exactly happened, though?
That his wife did post that yes, he did commit suicide. He shot himself. As far as why, I only know a little bit, and that's not really up for me to discuss. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That was a horrible thing to hear. Yeah.
I'm friends with his other two people.
Yeah, like, I was definitely in shock, because anyone that had ever met him, you wouldn't think in 1,000,000 years that something like that would go down.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was definitely a chipper guy. Like, I mean, I watch all his videos, and his
videos were good, man.
Very, very into the positive reinforcement. That's why when I saw it, I was kind of like, wow, this is kind of off base.
Yeah. But it took you talk about like your ultimate test and willpower. You find that out, and then guess what? You got to go back to work for another 5 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, shit is what it is. I knew his friend. Like, I knew his two friends. I know the Cinema Snob, and I know Linkara too. Like, they told me over Skype. I was like, oh shit. Like, man, and that kid. I mean, they were like his best. Like, that was like his homie, man. That kid going through it.
Brad Jones, I
Brad, cool.
A lot of him, and
Linkara,
Lewis, he's a really too. I wound up like just becoming really good friends with Sean, and through Sean became really good friends with Justin.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that's a real shame. I mean, I mean, and that's a rough one because that dude, he helped a lot of those guys. He helped get off the ground. Like seriously, like his work and helping out, even when they lost money, all that money and stuff, and they had to relocate and all that shit from Doug stuff. He helped with that. Like that was crazy. Like he did a lot of stuff, and I'm thinking that's what kept him going.
Yeah.
I think that's what kept him going, even though whatever shit was going on in his personal life was going on. That's what kept him going. Like, okay, well, at least I got this. You know? And sometimes it happens to a lot of people, man. They just take whatever they're doing that they're getting the recognition from, and that's pretty much like their lifeline. And once that shit goes, man, bad news,
Yeah, I mean, like, because don't get me wrong, yeah, I'm an Injustice player. That's the main game I play. But well, I say that because I main Green Lantern.
No, I play Injustice too. Don't feel ashamed.
I think we all do, but James. Everybody but James does, right?
Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed.
But I mean, like, I was a big fan of Green Lantern and all before that, just simply because the character that he stands for is not giving up, having the willpower to overcome everything, and that's always meant a lot to me. And Justin was one of those guys that I really felt had it in abundance, that no matter what, he wasn't going to give up.
Yeah, man.
Well, to kind of remind people, that's why if somebody puts on a tough face, you have to remember that doesn't tell the whole story. Not saying it was anybody here's fault or anything, but if you know people who are chilling by themselves that used to be a friend, talk to them.
You're right, man.
Yeah. Talk to them. Just talk to them. You don't know. That might be the thing they need to give them a little chip up they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had made a post a couple of days ago on Facebook, about that very same thing before even knowing about this. That how many times, now I don't know, the guys who live in the big city, how many times have you walked past somebody, a homeless dude that was, giving money, and then you do the game of either lighting up a cigarette or picking up your phone pretending you're getting a text when you're not, just so you don't have to make eye contact with them.
I do it a lot.
And the fact
I'm not
is,
proud to say I've done it.
The fact is that you don't know that person, you don't know that situation. I mean, I actually had met a woman who is a New York City judge. She got disbarred from being a judge because she got schizophrenia, and she started making some rather obscene judgments and guilty pleas and not guilty pleas. So she got disbarred, and she went a little bit, we'll say a little bit crazy for the most part, and she became homeless. She was living outside the Polo store on 87th and Madison, which is the Polo Mansion. And if you would offer her $1, she would fucking call you a piece of shit cocksucker and tell you to go fuck yourself. But she was pretty disheveled. But the reason I know that is because I took the time to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
And you find out, sometimes people might choose to be homeless. Yes, there are people out there that actually do. Sometimes there's people that didn't choose it, and, it might be from a broken up marriage, or it could be, an abused relationship or a drug addiction. You can learn a lot from just talking to people, and the fact is that we as a society kind of don't do that anymore. Yeah. We'd rather just walk past somebody, ignore them for that 5 minutes that it takes. I mean, I know I might sound like, Sally Struthers on a Feed the Children commercial right now, but for that 5 minutes that it takes to turn around and be like, hey, sorry, I don't have a cigarette, but here's $5. And I don't care if the money's going to do drugs or whatnot. It ain't my place to say.
Or you don't even have to give them money. Just talk to them.
Or even talk to them. And it might be that little bit that gives somebody an inkling of some more faith in humanity as a whole, where, they might feel discarded in general. It doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't. And, I know everybody sees me as the guy who tells everybody to go fuck their mother, suck my dick, cut my balls, and all that good shit. And, yeah, for the most part, I do. But, there is another side to me that, unless you meet me in person, you're never going to see.
Hey, James. if I send you a link, it's like a real quick, like maybe like 1 minute video of pretty much showing what Justin was all about. Would you mind showing that?
Put the link in the chat. I'll put it on right now.
Like, you could not get more sincere than this little blurb he did right here. And
I actually watched this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up. I already had this one booted up. I'm gonna put you guys on hold though while I put it on.
Okay.
You know what? I want you all to look at me. I want you all to look at me. I want you to... Because what I'm about to say is important, I think. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. And I want you all to know this. This goes out to everybody. You're not stupid. Okay? You're not stupid. Don't ever tell yourself that you are. You're important. What you have in your head may not mean a lot to a lot of people, but it's what makes you special. You are important. You mean something. And you're going to go out there and you're going to do some wonderful things. But first and foremost, you're not stupid. You're not an idiot. Don't ever tell yourself that you are. And if nobody else ever tells you this, I will tell you this. I care about you. Thank you for coming to my stream today.
Okay. I actually watched that yesterday. I saw that. You know, he was another guy who enjoyed doing what he did. He wasn't doing it for money. He wasn't doing it to become top tier in anything. He was doing it because he was genuinely a guy that gave a shit about what he did and what people thought of themselves and what people thought of him.
Yeah.
You know, and he tried to make a positive impact on people's lives. But unfortunately, you know, like I said, I don't know the circumstances, so I really can't mention much of it. But he definitely, you know, was a giving guy that did what he enjoyed up until the end.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm definitely going to say that I stepped away from the anime convention community to pursue what I enjoyed doing. So I started taking competitive fighting more seriously. And just the anime community has honestly the exact same problem that the fighting game community does. Everybody needs to grow up. The anime community just has more of an excuse because there are kids there. But MagFest was the one convention that no matter what, I wasn't going to give it up because it was just way too much fun, and it was like an anime convention but completely drama free. And meeting him and becoming friends with him and hanging out with him and all that stuff just made the time I spent at that convention all that much more fun. And every time I go now, it's like that void is going to be there and it's going to be noticeable.
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know what the situation is with his family. Like I said, I didn't know him on a personal level, but it is sad to hear that, you know, suicide obviously is never the answer. But I mean, the only words I could say is, you know, whatever he was suffering from as far as, you know, mentally, financially, whatever the reason that brought him to that, it's, you know, hopefully, it's alleviated. Hopefully he's at peace with it, and you know, I hope the family can cope and unfortunately have to move on from it. My condolences go. I don't know. Did he have any kids?
Not that I'm aware of, but he did leave behind a wife, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't even know what to say. Like I said, it's something
tragic.
Hard. It's very tragic. Mm-hmm. You know, I watched some of his other videos. He was a funny dude. You know, he had me laughing on a couple of his vids. You know, I didn't know him personally. I've just only from catching the vids after hearing from it. But it's sad to hear either way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully with the time that he did spend on this earth, I mean, he certainly touched a lot of people for the better. So he definitely left behind a very good legacy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the most we can do. As in, we have... And as I get from the way you guys are talking about him, he did leave an impact, as you rightly said. Just unfortunate that nobody could have gotten through to him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, when I first met him, I was nothing more than just a fan. He did a review on a Transformers game that I had been trying like hell to get my hands on for years that only came to my hand. And just being a regular fan coming up and talking to him for a couple minutes turned into like a pretty cool friendship. So he was definitely not shy, and he was definitely thankful for every fan that he had. And he, for a lot of them, went out of his way to become friends with those fans. But
yeah, as we were saying before, as I said, all guys still listening on the stream, what James said as well. If you know somebody who that you never doesn't come out too much, but for whatever reason, just talk to him. Talk to him.
The worst they could say is go fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I mean, it could be that simple. Asking them, hey, how are you? That's enough to give them a little bit more faith to get to the next day.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm about to get off of here.
And as am I. James, thanks for having me on. I definitely appreciate it every time you let me come on.
No problem, man.
And Truf, I've never been on the line at the same time as you. You have me laughing every fucking time you get online.
Yeah, don't I?
You're a fucking clown.
Oh, please.
Hey,
on how many times I've had my roommates tell me to shut the fuck up because I'm laughing over the shit you're saying. So.
I mean, think about it this way, man. If I'm such a clown, how come I got people saying the same shit I say, and they turn out to be fucking geniuses under the wraps, man? Real talk.
Because clowns mirror clowns.
Like, who knew when you tell people just to grow the fuck up and learn about business?
Gotta get your statement copyrighted.
Who knew you had to learn about business? Like, seriously, who knew you had to learn about business when you talk to business people? Who knew?
How dare you come up with such hypotheses?
But dude, TV just showed me you just turn up for work and motherfuckers hire you, man.
You learned that on Good Times, didn't you?
Man, JJ always got that job when he did that show. Like, hello, AGE. I know how to play Marvel. Could you give me some money?
They're like, Dynamite, you're in.
Oh, yeah, I got the job. I can do foot dive loops.
Is it bad that I picture Fnatic when he said that?
Hello, my name is Fnatic, and I play video games. Would you help me out with a job, sir? I got a little Mexican friend here. He needs work too. You want to help him out too?
Fnatic does do like content production.
Well, now he is. Now he's doing it full time, right?
Yeah, now that he has
doing
no
it full
fucking
time,
job.
yo. Yeah, he's doing that shit full time. And don't get me wrong, he's a talented. I mean, the kid is a talented musician. I mean, he can play some fucking instruments. Don't get me wrong. That boy's no joke on them keys, yo.
Yeah, he's good. He's very good.
It's real, yo. Like how? Like dude, like this boy, he's talented as fuck.
Let's be fair, his money match skills are much better than his fucking tournament skills.
It's not money match skills, his math is fucked up. Everything else is alright.
4,000, 1,500, same thing.
Fanatic can read music, but you take that motherfucker to the casino, you're gonna walk out broke.
Don't take him to the buses.
Like, yo, Fanatic, let's go to Vegas. Nah, how about we don't, nigga? You stay over there where the buffet is.
Let's put 1,000 on the horse. No, just no.
Hey, James.
Take the kind of nigga that take the hit on a 20.
Yeah.
Let's put 1,000 on 2
Hold
plus 2
on.
5.
Who was that?
Hey, James, before I got here, I just wanted to say some of the stuff you were talking about earlier in regards to like a ranking system and everything, man. Totally on point. There needs to be something that can track this stuff. It'll help a lot. Actually, it would help. You guys kind of talking about sponsorships and stuff like that. It will actually help with things like that.
If there's a concrete, organized structure, that is more of a reason for sponsorships to be involved in it.
But on that note, you would need a totally unbiased panel. In other words, three people who don't play video games need to judge them on their shit, and that's sad.
It wouldn't be a panel. You have to do a formula-based system just based on pure math that actually weights in.
They tried that already. It was called a Road to Evo.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Because Road to Evo,
that was an attempt. That's not something that's going to rank all stuff because you get to factor in weeklies, regionals, and major events. Then that means that now that means that you have to consider all of these tournaments to be worthwhile, no matter how small or big.
They have to. They all do have a value.
Right, they all have a value.
No longer say that they're not valued. So now you gotta say that like they're valued, and already that's a problem because they're gonna be like, well, this little tournament ain't worth shit, so it don't count for you.
No, you base it down. I would say like the most logical way to do it is to base it off of numbers of attendees. Say if you have a weekly going on, and I would make a minimum. So like if you have a weekly going on, you have to have at least 16 people showing up to your weekly.
That's fair enough. Who's going to monitor that though?
Well, you can do it all if it's how I would do it.
There's a lot of holes to that. There's a lot of holes. I can see it.
No, what you do is it's all site based. You make it where each tournament organizer or weekly organizer is responsible for that information, and that's what's going to help promote their scene. If you want people to come to your weekly, that's just another reason to promote that, because it's like, hey, if you show up to this weekly, the more people you get, the more our players will get respected and have a chance to rank up, because it is unfair to say, oh, if this person is playing in this scene, oh, he's better than this person in this scene. You don't know that unless people are actually continually showing up to these events, and you rank those weekly events on a certain scale, and then you rank the regional events on a bigger scale. So you only get so many points for when you're weekly, but then when you show up to the regional, you can earn yourself more points, and when you show up to a major, you earn yourself more points.
I'm not disagreeing with the logistics of that system you're describing. The thing I'm worried about is
you need some
unbiased. The honesty is going to be, because let's look at Mortal Kombat for example. When VSM was in its prime, ain't nobody gonna touch them. Mm-hmm. And then GGA came onto the scene, but but now you got somebody out in say Idaho that has about 50 people, and they're like, yo, well, we want to get our shine, and they want to move up the ladder, but in order to move up, they got to produce numbers, so it's easy to inflate and fluff numbers to accentuate more players to make your region look better. And
I don't think that'll be the bigger problem, though, James. I think that then the sponsor cats will be earning more any fucking way because they get to go out more.
Well, so that's how it goes. You got to show up to events to prove that you're good.
But if Mad Cats is willing to ship you off anywhere, and then let's say James is like, well, fuck that nigga, I got work. But James got enough points, you know, to like legitimately have a shot.
That's
the fact he ain't go there. Fucks him.
That's the same way it is in the APT tour. If you're a tennis player and you're on the tour, you know, everybody don't get to go to every tournament. Some players got to pick and choose which tournaments they're going to go to.
Yeah.
And if you're not doing good, if you don't get the right sponsor, if you weren't able to land that Wilson sponsorship or fucking whatever shoe company sponsorship that could get you to these events out in all these different countries, then you're going to suffer tour points and you won't get automatic qualification for the major events and things like that.
I think I see where the disconnect here. We're not really talking about the structure or anything like that. We already know in the fighting game scene, you can't put it past some people to do some shady shit where you have this imaginary weekly. You have imaginary people show up, and this one guy, you know, has about 10 points. You know what I'm talking about?
No, this is what you do. You
hold on one sec. Cody, you splitting?
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. I'm gonna head out now.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
What time is it? What time is it with you now?
It is
1?
Almost about 4.
Oh,
yeah, same here. I'm doing work at the same time, looking at this lovely spreadsheet.
I'm not working shit, man. I'm chilling.
You're a lazy motherfucker. That's why.
I am lazy.
You do nothing but lay on your fucking broken back all day.
Incorrect. I lay on my stomach, nigga.
Hey, but to answer what David was saying, look, what you could do is you set a certain criteria, right? You know, so you just can't. People just can't say, "Hey, we ran a weekly last week and 30 people showed up." You set a certain criteria. As you can see, with most weeklies nowadays, they're streaming them. So you can immediately off that say, for your weekly to be qualified as a recognized weekly, you got to have this many players. You have to stream it.
Okay.
And the site itself, how some places use the challenge site. I mean, you have to have the infrastructures where the brackets could be placed.
But then we once again go on what James said. Who's going to run that shit? Who's going to run it? Who's going to run it?
Because you're going to have somebody who have to sit down there and watch
the
archive
once
footage.
again, but once again, they gotta be unbiased.
All right, hold on. All right, Cody, you got a split? Cody?
I think left already, didn't he?
Sorry about that.
No. Everybody shut the fuck up! Thank you. Cody, you got a split?
Yeah, I'm headed out right now.
All right, Trey, you're splitting too?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie. I'm getting kind of tired.
Hey,
look, I want to talk about KIT.
God damn, man! I wish I smoked pot, man.
Trey on that drip. Trey on that motherfucking drip.
I know, man.
No, I'm tired as hell. Actually, I just want to
sad
watch
for that
guy.
All right, I'm gonna let you go, Cody.
All right, see ya. Thank you for having me on.
Anytime, man. Trey, I'm gonna let you roll.
All right.
Get your shout outs out. You want to shout out anybody besides your pillow?
Go eat something, nigga.
No, hey, fuck you first off. Anyways, watch the weekly coming up this Friday. I'll leave the link in the chat. I'll still be in the chat chilling, but watch that. Shout out to the AK. We did well. 10 of us, the top 16. So hold that shit, niggas.
Yep, I saw you. You did well.
Yeah.
Until that Catwoman came up, you need to redeem that shit.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna mirror him next time. Fuck that.
Revenge, man.
Nigga, I'm mirroring him. I'll let y'all though.
All right, I'll hit you up
later.
All right, man.
You coming to Winterboro, right?
You
don't know.
Depends.
Well, either way, I'm coming down the final round.
Yes,
yes, I'm
already registered. So.
Yeah, I gotta make that happen. I gotta make my lazy ass fucking actually get on the ball for a change.
Well, don't go use Megabus. Fuck that.
Nah, I'm using fucking Mega Plane.
Mega Plane.
I ain't fucking with that. I ain't fucking with those 20-hour bus rides. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm surprised y'all ain't hear about what happened. I got my ass stranded somewhere because the Megabus fucking up.
Oh my god!
Wow.
They dropped you
off. That's
off.
a story for next time.
They dropped you off in a clan meeting. They were like, y'all getting out right here.
Nah, they did.
Oh damn!
Nah, I wouldn't be here right now.
in Virginia, so fucking
Lynchburg, West Virginia. Lynchburg, West Virginia.
No, he was in Virginia. Weren't you in Virginia? You Twitter. He's like, yo, where the fuck am I in Virginia? Someone was like, I'm in Virginia. He was like, where? I gotta find you.
Wow.
Like I said, that'll be another story for another time when y'all done talking about dichotomies and apparatuses.
Apparati?
There you go.
Oh, wow.
Alright, Trey, I'll let you bounce. Go get some sleep.
Alright.
Later.
I'll see y'all later.
Later.
Alright, back to where you guys were with the
Seriously though.
Go eat something, nigga.
Who's gonna run that shit, man? See, once again, you need an unbiased section of people, man. That
of course it had to be unbiased.
Once you get a system in place, what I'm gonna be working on is building a site where, like I said, it's up to each, whether it's a regional, major, or weekly, the event organizer and TOs to input that information, and you can set a certain criteria. So when they submit these results, you know, they're submitting the results along with the link to the stream, to all that stuff, where and it's there in place. So I mean, of course, somebody with any system in this world, you know, video games, real life, all of that stuff, there's always people that are going to try to look to exploit it. But something like this, okay, you get away with it. You know, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. All right, your weekly is disbarred. You guys don't count. You're hurting your own scene by trying to cheat a system like that. And the whole point of it is supposed to help each individual scene promote their scene to get people to come out. So I think that the risk of that is actually kind of very minimal. And of course, it may happen here and there, but I think when it comes to like the scenes that are already kind of getting are established right now, you won't have a problem with those scenes, and this will give a chance for new scenes to maybe uprise as well.
No, don't get me wrong. We're just asking these probing questions for anybody who's going to make this system. I like to figure out the pitfalls.
Yeah, I mean,
probe this shit out you.
This is something actually you guys kind of talked about, mentioned 16-bit. I asked him about, I would say, a year ago. About a year ago. He was going to these tournaments and stuff like that, and I would hear people debate and talk about different things on Test Your Might and stuff like that. So I asked him a simple question. What is a major? What makes a major a major?
Good question.
Is it the amount of money that you could win? Is it the amount of players that are there? Is it the amount of top players that are there?
I think it's the amount of participation that goes into it, and
it's a variety of things.
I think it's a combination. It's a combination of appearances from other regions, which is what really makes the focus of it as a major.
Well, okay, and here's the thing. I heard about that again with the KIT tournament this past weekend when it comes to Injustice, where they had about 60-some entrants, a lot of really good players, but nobody from the West Coast was there. So
no, not really.
So immediately you have some of the West Coast people trying to discredit it as a major tournament. But when everybody else is there, it's like, hey, this is the most people that's been in an Injustice tournament for a while, and we do have a lot of really top
They were good. They were really good.
It was a top notch.
It was a nice tournament. I'll give you that. But I wouldn't say it was a major.
But
what would you call it then, Abe?
I would say it was a great regional, if anything, and it was their first one, so I give them credit for that. You know, kind of like a Defend the North. You know, wasn't a major, but it was a good.
Honestly, and here's the thing, though. If you say it's not a major, I would say go back the past 6 months and look at the Injustice tournaments and compare them.
That's one game, though. That's one game.
That's one game. It has to be across the board.
No, but see, that's the thing, though. If you
can't go up one game.
No, but here's the thing. What is a major event? Is it all the games, or does it have to be all the games?
All over the country.
No, what I'm saying is, though,
a function of everybody in one place at one time.
Well, what I mean is it like, for instance, coming up is UFGT.
Right.
UFGT is a big event, has hundreds of players and multiple games. So if UFGT gets 200 people for Street Fighter, 200 people for Marvel, and 12 people show up for the Mortal Kombat tournament.
So all over,
is that
all over, not just one area. If it's just one area, then it's a regional. If it's all over, it's a major. That's what it correlates to.
Pretty much.
But is that Street Fighter tournament that they're having a major tournament? They got 200 people to show up from all around the country,
Yes, then that's a major. That's a
right.
major.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but now Injustice only had 6 people from Chicago.
Right. That's what
Is it still a major?
Is it still a major?
But you can't base off it's not a major just because Injustice did shitty though.
But now but here's the problem. No. Listen. Hold on. Let me explain it so these fucking thick-headed people can understand what you're saying. Okay, very simple. 200 people show up for Street Fighter. 200 people show up for KOF from all over the world.
Yeah.
But in Mortal Kombat, only 8 people from Chicago show up. Is it still considered a major for those people that are playing Mortal Kombat?
That's good. Dale.
Okay, now I understand.
For them specifically, no.
Okay, but you said earlier, that Kumite as an overall thing was not a major.
It wasn't.
It wasn't though.
It wasn't though. Just like Defend the North. Ask James. He'll tell you that.
Okay, but what I'm trying to say is, so what I'm probing to ask you guys is it the event, or is it the turnout for each individual
the
game?
turnout and the people who they bring in. That
For each, well, I'm trying to say
for each individual game, though. So can you say, with that tournament I just described, well, it's a major for Street Fighter, it's a major for KOF, but it's not a major for Mortal Kombat.
Exactly.
Exactly. And if that's the case, then do we blanket the whole tournament as a major, or do we say the majors are based off of the turnout for the specific event?
And that's the problem right there.
I think all right, from a logical standpoint, evidently there's lots of confusion of what is and what not a major is. So I'd go with for each, depending on who you judge it by an individual event. So if you have a bunch of people come for one event, whether it be Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Street Fighter, if you have them all over the place, then that event is a major. If it's just all you need is one. And it has to be beyond a certain number, I guess.
Well, and that's what I'm saying when I said look at Kumite Injustice numbers comparative to the last 6 months for Injustice tournaments. I mean, you did have people from Atlanta, from Chicago. You had some people from Florida come from.
How much was the KIT number for Injustice?
It was like 60-something.
Apex had way more. So I can't really consider that to be a major. That numbers is way too low. That's way too low.
But they said to be fair for Kumite, right? They said that Injustice, even though it was 60 people, it was a very stacked bracket.
Still.
Yeah, there was a mixture of good players. Don't get us wrong. We're not trying to take that away from them.
The numbers way too low.
But that one game cannot justify what he's asking us, in my opinion, overall. Because as James, we've had this conversation before, James. You said it yourself. There's too many fucking damn tournaments overall across the board.
Well, here's another scenario too. Look at it from a very top player perspective. Say there is a tournament, like say there's a Marvel tournament, and there's like 100 dudes show up for the Marvel tournament. Now, one of those 100 dudes are a top 30 player, but there's 100 dudes for a Marvel tournament that nobody knows of.
It's going to be a regional.
It'll be a regional.
It's going to be a regional. Because if no one that places top 32 on a regular is there, it's going to be shown as a regional.
Okay.
Pretty much.
It's going to be shown as a regional.
But then there's, like I said, then there could be another tournament where there's only like 70 guys, but you got like 10 top players there.
But if you have, hold on. If Marvel ever got 70 people, which is how can we call that a major? You can't call that a major.
Well,
so where do you wait? So Jonathan, hold on. So where do you deem an event a major?
I deem a major as in every game has to have a certain amount of people. It has to be over the standard.
And what is that amount that we should deem
exactly
a major? 100 turnout?
I would say a little bit more than that. A little bit more.
Yeah, a bit more, at least.
Now,
you got to factor in the whole Hollywood top player status.
What was Apex's turnout? What was Apex's turnout? Wait, what was Apex's? Shut up! What was Apex's turnout for Injustice?
I think it had about 80.
So
not 80, 70.
Okay, so when was the last time Injustice broke 100?
Oh wow, NEC probably.
So NEC was a major. Everything else after has not been. Now let's go. Now let's flip this again. How many people turned out at NEC for Tekken?
Not much. It was
not many.
So now does that not become now does that not become a major?
It wasn't even. You can't really call Tekken a major. That was just horrible.
So now you're taking an event that you call a major for one game, but not for another.
Well, for Apex, like I don't know. For Apex, it's a little weird because it was all focused on Smash. So the numbers for Apex was low, and you have to say, Defend the North was the week before that, so a lot of people didn't show up.
Well, I mean,
that is true.
Why people didn't show up or not show up? People that won NEC, the guy who won NEC Tekken, believed he won a major tournament.
Oh, a small interjection. One of my friends, old friend in the scene, he just asked me to bring up this point. He said, majors are designated tournaments that have more than about 200 players in attendance. Because regionals, which were back in the day, which were held in arcades, could only hold about 100 people. So I guess that's what you anything that could exceed what could be held in an arcade.
It's rare if it's not like biggie events that you see 200 people like that.
I mean, UFGT gets barely just over 200.
But here's the thing though. If you have 200 people for Street Fighter, but only 50 people for Injustice, does the Injustice person get to say that he won a major or he won a regional for that game?
That's what we're talking about.
I know, but that's what you have to consider.
Well, then that's up to the community, the Injustice community, because I can't really say I dropped Injustice a long time ago, so I don't really consider myself part of that community.
Well, you
but
have
at the same time, that's up to them.
You have to consider majors by attendance by games. You can't consider a major or a regional.
I mean, look. Let's just say this. Hold on. Let's just say this. We can all agree Evo's considered a major, right?
Yeah, the major.
25 people show up to play My Little Pony. Is that a My Little Pony major?
No. Hell no.
Because it's only 25 people.
Unfortunately, yes, it is.
It's
considered by what you're saying now. Yes, it is because it's a game and a major event.
That's bullshit, in my opinion.
Well, no, it's just what it is. Considering taking all that shit into consideration. If they do have it, it is considered a major.
Of course, it's going to be considered as a major game, even if it's a tie game.
Right, though.
To be considered a major.
But
I don't see a place like KIT as a major because it's really I didn't even watch the whole.
How much people were in attendance total?
Yup.
It was a pretty decent size, but it wasn't like something like wow, because even the KIT dudes were like overblown by the amount of people that showed up to
and
like
it finished like way early too.
I was getting ready to say, but if you go like that, then shit. Every time the Smash community does something, if you go by attendance, this shit's gonna always be a major.
Let me say this though, like
a ton of people.
KIT, you had heavy hitters there. Justin Wong was there. The EG guys was there.
Yeah, you had a couple people there.
That's because they came there. That's because Justin Wong. That's because EG went there for some fucking LOL free money. They sat there and treated that shit like a joke. Real talk, man. They sat there and sat on fucking KI. Yes, man. That was some old LOL free money shit, and I wish somebody would have fucked them up and sent them home. Like real talk, man.
I think a friend of mine sent me this. He says
that was rough.
We should just go by numbers. In other words, a locals like 30 to 60, a regionals is 60 to 100, a major is 150 plus.
It's actually a major is 250 plus.
Yeah, you said 250.
The standard's gone a little higher now. It's not what it used to be a couple years ago.
Actually, take into consideration. Take into consideration too. Japan, England, and Brazil, all the other countries sending their people, so they gotta be taken into consideration too, yo.
But here's the thing, though, shouldn't it also be comparative to the other tournaments? Like if a game is on its decline, like 2 years ago, a major could have been this number, like you would have got this many people to show up at an event. 2 years later,
Injustice is on that note right now. Injustice.
And that's why people in the Injustice community were saying KIT was a major.
I think it was. You had some really great matches, and people.
It was major-like quality. Yep.
Yeah, it was
so
great.
what I'm saying is that you gotta take it by that. Like when the game's popularity, even like what you got for a Street Fighter attendance, you know, now is different with what you got 3 years ago. So,
definitely.
So you can't judge it. You have to kind of judge it on the downward curve in a sense.
I think it has to be adjusted. I don't even think we can even consider Evo a major because as this guy is telling me, we might as well consider Evo like a national or world or a grand finale.
It can't be a national because they have people from all over the world coming.
Yeah, all over the world. So you can't even.
I wouldn't. I mean, just because it's a national doesn't mean that other people from other countries can't come. That's
right. You gotta go by game.
But the numbers it brings in is not national. It can't be. People are not going to.
It's a special event. I would say it's almost like a Superman.
Hold on. Can we forget Evo? Because Evo is supposed to be like the world championship.
It's supposed to be the Super Bowl. It's our Super Bowl in the FGC. Let's just put it that way.
When you want to say major, mention something like final round. Don't mention.
Yeah. See, final round. That's a for sure major. That is always big attendance, hands down.
I say everything in the East Coast is considered. I think everything in the East Coast is a fucking major. But why? Because they hold them every season.
Yeah. Yes.
If it happens every single year, it's a major. But the problem is, you got to go by major for game.
Right.
Like what happens? Like let's say final round this year for Injustice, you get 200 players. Next year you get 50. And that means next year it's a regional, but last year it was a major. It's just how it goes. It's sad to say, but it's just how it goes.
I doubt that final round will get low numbers like that, though. I doubt.
No. I'm saying.
Yeah, final round always gets big numbers, hands down.
He's just giving an example.
No, I understand. I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get all valid.
But actually, in his example, like he said, like 1 year final round can get 200, and then the next year he gets 50. So he's knocking it down to a regional. But what if all the Injustice tournaments? What if that's the highest attended Injustice tournament with that 50?
Possibility.
You know what I'm saying? So that's you have to think about it that way. Like
but then that's also the problem because numbers for certain games are never solid rock.
That is true.
Right.
Okay, for the non-solid rock numbers, let's just say the major tournaments that we already know that are majors, you can consider that you won the major. But like tournaments like KIT, they even said themselves, the tournament organizers said themselves, it wasn't a major. So end the story on that one. So it right off the bat, that argument is dead.
What we have to do
on them to make it a major.
What we have to do as a community is decide once and for all what are the majors and how many there should be. Like Triforce said, there should only be a certain number of majors. Like there should, what was it? Final round, Texas Showdown.
There should be only 6.
Yeah, there were like 4 others, and then there was Evo. That's it. Those are the final ones. And then you have a bunch of regionals. Everyone's got to fucking vote. You can't have a motherfucking major that has regionals in its name, like SoCal Regionals and NorCal Regionals. You got fucking regionals in your name. You're
those
fucking
are regionals. Those are regionals, though.
You're a fucking regional. I don't give a shit how much you bitch and moan to me. Go fucking cry to someone who gives a fuck.
SoCal
Regionals is actually a regional, though.
But SoCal Regional.
No, they call it a major.
It's a road to Evo.
Major.
It's a major event. A lot of people refer to it as a major event. It's a road to Evo event. Just like
it shouldn't be a road to Evo event. It really shouldn't.
But it's catered towards the West Coast. We already know that.
Listen, if you put bowl in front of any fucking fruit, it's a college fucking ball game. Yeah, I mean, you got Orange Bowl, Rose Bowl, fucking Peach Bowl. All of a sudden, it's, I mean, with SoCal Regional has to be considered a major because they don't have anything else there.
Right.
I don't know. From hearing all this, I think we'll see.
Well, they need to change the fucking title.
No, I think from hearing so that's it. From
how about SoCal Championships? How about that?
So that would work.
I know, right?
No, but I'm saying I think we definitely need to
the SEC. Sorry,
I think we need to make it simpler. As in, we just determine what's a major or regional just by numbers. Because when we throw all this stuff, it gets rather complicated and up for debate.
I think it should be by numbers because, like the guy was saying that the KIT guys, they didn't call it a major. But it's not for them to call it a major. It's up to the players that are going to the event. Because
exactly.
Like if like they got like 500 total people across all games to show up.
Oh, I awakened
this year. If they got double that amount, if they double that amount for the next year, they're not going to change the name or title themselves a major. But the players there are like, hey, shit, we got 1,000 people here.
I awakened.
This is a major now. So it's for the people to decide what's a major or not a major, not for
everyone brace yourselves.
All right, I'm gonna explain to you guys how this works.
Yes, Moses.
I awakened him. He's here to bring people home.
Now, I'm gonna make this quick. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to explain to you how it works. Because everyone has an opinion, and I don't understand. There's been a system that's been put in place for the last decade, and all of a sudden, people want to rewrite the history books. A local is any event that happens on a weekly basis. The numbers don't mean anything. Numbers can fluctuate. It goes up, it goes down, whatever. So a place like 8 on a Break, a place like Next Level, a place like Super Arcade, which gets 60 plus people every week. Those are considered locals. The numbers are not necessarily determine a factor. Locals also run anywhere from 1 to 3 games tops, and it's very rare to get 3 games. Mostly it's 1 to 2 games. A regional is an area that they host at least once every year within a particular region that it reaches out to. Midwest, East Coast or Northeast, South, and then you have the West Coast. Regionals bring out anywhere from more than you would get at a local. Anywhere from like 80, 100, 150, 200 people tops, because it's bringing in the people from its region.
Fair enough. Makes sense. Yeah, go ahead.
Word. Yep.
You know, Triforce, I gotta interject. I don't know if you're watching the stream. I got the one picture. I got the one picture of you up right now with the staff. And I just, you know what? I just zoomed in on it, and I never noticed this. You got Sanford and Dominion to the right of you, and Yipes sitting in the basket.
Oh my God.
I never even noticed those little shots of them.
Let you know, Triforce, I will not succumb to your God, Christ Jesus. I will not succumb to your God, Christ Jesus.
All right, let him finish.
Nah, but so far you've been on point with that, yo. So far, that's on point.
A major is a designated event that happens once a year. There's a lot of time given. It's usually advertised anywhere from 6 months to a year in advance. The difference between a major and a regional is that regionals hold multiple games, unlike locals where it's like 4 or 5 games, but a major can hold anywhere from 6 and better in terms of video games. Once again, the turnouts of a particular game does not determine whether it goes from a major to a regional, because NEC, you can have 800 people for Street Fighter and only 20 people come out for Injustice. Because 20 people come out from Injustice, it goes from major to regional? No, it just means that at NEC, Injustice has a low turnout for its major. That's it. It doesn't change the stature of the event. The event remains a major. It's just that particular game got a low turnout. Now, majors usually have anywhere from 250 and upward. 500, 600, 700, 800 players. That's what majors do. So anything above 250, if you want to follow on numbers, anything from 250 and above is a major. Anything from 150 to 200 is a regional. And anything underneath that is a local. Now, Evolution is not a major. Evolution in the fighting game circuit is the majors of all majors. This is why it's considered a world championship, or for people who don't like calling it a world championship, you call it a nationals. Prime example of another nationals. World Cyber Games 2013 had 32 people show up for the WCG National Finals. It's called the National Finals. But 32 people showed up for Street Fighter. in which Dominion then went on to the grand finals in China and got second place. So you try not.
Invitation only?
No, it was open.
It was open?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like Huda Man went there. Yeah, didn't Huda Man go there too?
Yeah,
Huda Man went.
Huda Man went there. A lot of people went there.
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was invitation only.
No, if you had the loot, you can go there and just rock. Huda Man showed up and he did pretty well.
Now this is the structure within the circuit, right? In a league, it's different. Leagues don't have regionals or majors. It's just a league. When a league hosts an event, it hosts an event. Doesn't matter who turns up to a tournament. This is why it's foolish to compare a league to a circuit. You're comparing oranges and apples. You just can't do that. So I just wanted to come in here and just lay that down. And if you guys look at the structure, you'll just start to see how simple it is. Defender North is a major. It's not a regional. 460 plus people showed up. One of their tournaments had 250 plus people in it, and that was Street Fighter alone. It had a few West Coast people come in, had a few Midwest people come in, and so forth. But overall, it had 400 and change that showed up for multiple games across the board, and they even had an exhibition. That is a major. That is not a regional. KIT is a regional because they said it was a regional. They probably had more than 250 people there, but the tournament organizer said this is a regional. So guess what? It's a regional. We can't have people going around telling tournament organizers what they're naming their tournaments, what it is. That's like going to World Cyber Games and go, well, you had 32 men in your Street Fighter tournament. That's not a national. They're going to look at you and be like, someone escort this person out the building. Like it is what it is. And on that note, I will be finally going to sleep. Thank you, guys. Thanks, James.
All right, man.
Peace. So that clears that up.
All right.
Next subject.
And with that said, I'm wrapping this shindig up because my ass has got to get up for work soon. It's 4:30 in the morning.
Speaking of work, James, you guys managed to keep me awake long enough to finish inputting 5,000 bits of data in this database. Dang. So I've actually finished my work.
How many times did we fuck you up and like you put cock and fuck in your entries and shit?
No, too busy writing Dunlop and Otani and Goodyear and then.
I said, you know how we roll.
Oh, we roll. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go one by one. We'll start with you, Abe.
All right. Shout outs to James. Great show. Glad you had me on. Great conversations. Fuck the dichotomy and the apparatuses and schisms.
Oh, come on.
and I didn't get to chime in earlier, Jen, but there is a problem with White Knight, but I'll say that next week why there's a problem.
Yeah, we know you got a problem.
But anyways, hope to see you at Final Round, James. We have to talk about that later this week. And yeah, man, real shit. Let's just get our shit together, and hopefully we can make something out of this community while we still can. Cause if we don't, then we're gonna lose it. Then we're gonna be stuck in playing at shitty ass little baby tournaments that don't mean jack shit. So other than that, appreciate it, James.
All right, man.
Later,
Jonathan.
All right. Thanks, James, for inviting me on the show and letting me at least talk with everybody. I'll put in my YouTube because I want everybody to play JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So
I've been playing already.
Yeah, definitely play it. It's a good game. And fuck what Maximilian says. I have to put him on blast some other time, but everybody knows Maximilian, right?
What? Yes. I will promote your game for food. Yeah, I know.
he plays JoJo, but knows nothing about the game and decides to put up a video of him playing. So,
yeah, that nigga can bite the dust. Real
he's not good at all.
For another day.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks again, James, and everybody. Have a good night, and I'll probably be on next week.
All right, brother.
Alrighty.
Mikey.
Well, as usual, thanks, James, for having me on. Appreciate it. I wish I could have been on in the beginning, but I had some shit to say, but I'll just say it next time because I'm fucking out tired. Shout outs to everybody who's on the show. Shout outs to Triforce coming in and clearing everything up, I guess. I didn't know I had the power to summon the Triforce, but
you called his name 3 times.
I did. I said Triforce 3 times, but all right. I'll probably try to come on next week, James. If you have me on, you know, be cool.
Just hit me up.
All right, and I hope to see you at Next Level sometime soon. I got to get back.
I might go. I don't know if they even play anymore. I was gonna go there last week.
They playing classic shit. Like he got arcade boards up on there now. They got like EX2 going on and all that cool shit.
I might swing down there tomorrow night.
I don't know. Real talk. The reason I don't go, the biggest reason I don't go there is my ass is afraid of getting shot by riding the trains at night, man. I don't even mind calling myself a little bitch, but I am.
I would.
It's not that bad, but the D does suck.
Yeah, but anyway, all right. Maybe if I go tomorrow, I'll hit you up if I see you. If I don't,
peace.
Yeah. But anyway, peace, everybody. Have a good night.
All right, man. Mr. David Russell, the Jamaican Connection. What's up, man?
Not much. Again, I'll shout out you again, James. You brought the cool back to Germans, you know. You had it in Django, and then you fucked up in Inglourious Bastards, but you brought it back, so we've come full circle.
All right, good to know.
But other than that, serious note, as I said before, if you know somebody out there who's lonely or you haven't seen in a while, go talk to them. Just talk to them.
Exactly.
Remember that, guys.
It makes a difference.
Real talk.
Mr. Truf.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
All right. You can turn on the lights when y'all go to the bathroom, because you may think that you can go like piss in that joint and you got like that muscle memory, and then you do something fucked up and you stub your toe real bad and you fall over. That shit ain't cool. So just put that out there for everybody, yo. Turn on your lights when you use the bathroom, because that shit can happen. Anyway, but not for real though. Actually, the Console Junkie guys, they're actually doing something really big. They're revamping everything. They're gonna have 3 channels up. We're gonna be doing like classic head-to-head runs and other cool shit like that, as well as 3 channels for different types of gaming. So we'll have more shows up, and of course the quality of content will be good. We don't do shit on Tuesdays. You know, obviously we get respect. Shit on Blast Show when it's on. We don't do shit on Tuesdays, and now it's gonna be Tuesday. Things will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So all the rest of the times of the week we'll have stuff up. We're gonna have a new site and everything. So we don't cut in on nobody. We're just like total gaming everything. So I think that's pretty much it for me, man. I'm gonna go to sleep my damn self because I gotta get up and do stuff too. So you know, stay straight, play games, be yourself.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Winston.
Ninja Vanish.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on here once again. Always a pleasure. Anybody can follow me on Twitter at Shogun of Live, or you could add me on Xbox One, Shogun of Live with spaces. Yeah, you guys have a good night.
All right, brother. And last but not least, the man of the dichotomy, the schisms of schisms.
Oh man, yeah, man. I just gotta say I love the show, and I hope everybody takes what Don said to heart, and you know, now you guys actually know a transgender person, and maybe that puts a more human face on it, and hopefully you govern yourselves accordingly. That's all I can ask for. I can't ask you to change your whole mental state overnight. All I'm saying is see that that's a person behind the words, and act accordingly, and hopefully you got some sense. I believe in you, and I think you do. And James, you know, good shit with the show and everything, and I'll definitely see you next week. Have a good night, everybody.
You got it, man.
All right.
And again, to everybody out there, you know, if anything tonight, I hope you take away that, you know, for example, Dawn is a real person. You know, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. If you want to basically break people's balls and treat them like shit, don't expect it not to come back at you. It's okay to joke around. It's okay to fuck around as long as the people are actually on the same wavelength of you as far as the joking around goes. Again, go to the events that you want to, not the ones that people tell you you have to. You know, it's you know, again, it's the people of this community that talk to each other, that try to make things happen. It's not going to be done by tournament organizers. It's not going to be done by sponsors, because at the end, they're not going to bother if you are not worth it. You know, again, I want to thank everybody that came on, especially Dawn. You know, she does have some tough skin, so she can dish it out. If you see her at an event, be sure to say hello to her. Don't think, you know, people with different lifestyles is some kind of diseased monster, because that's not the case. Obviously, you know, I obviously, who's this? Oh, no. I obviously, you know, I'm hopefully trying to open up some doors for people to just go to the scenes, have fun, make friends. Stop worrying about esports, the millions of dollars that may or may not ever come in. Make the stories, you know, that you're going to be able to tell your grandkids, you know, when your kids are playing those virtual reality games and you say how, you know, you were a tournament player that was traveling back in the heyday. And, you know, just enjoy yourselves for what it's worth. You know, time's short, as you've seen with Nelson passing away. I love your mom in the Tekken community. Now with Jew Wario, and obviously with Richard Warren down in Atlanta this past year, should I say. You know, just do you. But, you know, when you do you, try to be a little bit conscious of other people. I know, you know, this white knighting thing word gets thrown around. Ain't nothing wrong with being a white knight. What's like the lawnmower, man? It was a great movie, man. But anyway, guys, you know, I'm going to wrap this up. So, you know, obviously Truth, Foxeye 2, some random dude, trusting me over in the UK, King Rising. You know, I appreciate all you guys coming in. As always, you're here every week. And with that, I'm wrapping this shit up because I got to get up for work in a few. So peace.